Oh, Karen,
Hello.
your connection is unstable. Ooh, well, that's not ideal at this time while we're going live, but there we are. Our connection is no longer unstable. So we're just going to give it a few minutes. Let's give it 5 minutes before we kick off, just to give people the opportunity to tune in. So please tune in now. Thank you. Hello. Thanks for coming and welcome on board. We're just going to give it 5 minutes before we kick off this stretching session. This session should take no longer than 40 minutes. Once we begin, we'll just give it 5 minutes before we start, just to allow the stretchers to arrive so they can get stretched. So I think at this time we could also say what is coming up in the next few days on the whole of the Coming from Vasiliki network. Well, exciting times, I can tell you. On Sunday, 6 o'clock Greek time, which should be 4 o'clock in the UK, we'll be doing a live welcome chat from Wild Wind and Healthy Options Holidays. Hello, Martin, in position. Very good. So that'll be 4 o'clock UK time on Sunday on the Wild Wind Facebook page. You'll be able to see that. And then at 10:30, which would be, oh my goodness, let's do it at 11. So that would be 9 o'clock UK time on Monday morning, will be a live safety briefing from the beach with me, because if things had have gone according to plan, we would have been starting this weekend. So just in as one of those, thought we should have been starting. And then the biggest event of all is going to be Tuesday night, which will be 7 o'clock UK time, 8 o'clock in Europe, and 9 o'clock here in Greece. Is going to be the first Wild Wind barbecue of the season, which is all just, it's not going to be with live music, it's just going to be live music and loose chat. So do tune in for that. That will also be on the Wild Wind Facebook page. All right, so we're just going to give it another 2 minutes before we start. So any advice from Karen just now?
Yeah, so you're going to need maybe a towel to sit on, a strap or a belt's always useful. And then something about that size, if you've got it, a couple of bricks, that's really helpful. But don't worry if you can't get hold of them, you can just manage with that. And all we're going to do today is just a nice, easy flow that will help you to release some hips and some hamstrings, and just get you a little bit into your breath and calm everything down a bit, maybe. So if you haven't done this before, just go at your pace. The thing with yoga is we never push into pain, so you shouldn't feel nervy pain, you shouldn't feel bone on bone sort of pain. So if you're getting that, just pull out a little bit from posture, and it will come in time. So don't worry, it does just take time to unravel our tension. That's about it. How long before we?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
1 minute.
So you're going to start seated, so you can come down to your seat if you haven't already. Get nice and comfy.
Am I sitting on a brick?
I think a brick for you is quite good.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Sitting cross-legged like that.
Okay, that's it.
You can sit like that. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's good too. Okay.
Don't forget to start the clock.
I'm going to start my clock. So I'm going to start my clock. There we go. So that I don't run over time. This is my weakness is time management. Joe will tell you. Not my best trait. So I think we'll give it a start. So if you want to just come and find your seat, now how Joe's sitting is quite good as well. You can have your feet a bit wider and your knees dropping out, and you can kind of rest onto the legs if you need to. We want a long spine if you can get it. So just have your hands rest on the lap, find that nice length to your head, shoulders draw down the back. And I just want you to find your breath for a moment. So as you breathe in, just let the belly expand out. And as you breathe out, draw the belly back and it lifts a little towards your lower ribs. So we breathe in, belly expands. You breathe out, the belly draws back and up. And that creates space for us to move. So inhaling, let the belly expand. Exhaling, draw the belly back. So just practice that once more. And inhale, fill the whole of your body with breath. Exhaling, let the body soften into that space. Good. And then from here, you might need to change your position, see how you go with your legs. Sitting cross-legged is ideal, but if you can't get there, don't worry. Bring your right hand down, and then we're going to just let the biceps spin. Take the hand behind the head. So you want to press the head into the hand and open the elbow up to the sky, and then bend the lower elbow towards the mat as far as is comfortable. We want to keep this sit bone, the right sit bone down. Feel here the breath down the side body. So breathing deep from your crown through to your tail, feeling that nice length through the side of your body. Easy breath, just holding it for as long as is comfortable. Press the head to the hand, open the up. Feel both sit bones drawing down. Then inhale, reach up, and exhale over to the other side. So the head comes towards the hand to the head. We lift the elbow up. We bend that lower elbow and we come in as low as is comfortable, keeping this side body long, keeping connected down through our seat. Heart space spinning up a little, feeling the breath all down the side body. Then inhale, come up, reach the arm up, come up. And exhaling, bring the hands behind the back. You can interlock the hands or you can hold the elbows if it's better. And then we're going to fold forwards. So just let your arms follow you as you fold forwards. Press the arms up to the sky. Let your head drop down a little. Just breathe into the back line of your body. So as you breathe in, really feel the breath between the shoulders, down the spine. Keep pressing arm bones up and away, so shoulders are lifting up and back. And then reach with your arms, come up, inhale, press the arms up to bring you up to your seat, and just roll out the shoulders a couple of times, just release them out. Good, come off your block and come over onto all fours. So you're going to bring yourself over, hands and knees on the mat. Good. So when we're on our hands and knees, you want your knees underneath your hips, hands just under the shoulders or slightly in front. And we come to our cat-cow. So we've done this a fair few times. But as you inhale, turn your tail up, drop the heart down and forwards, and the head comes up. So other way. Inhaling, head up. Exhaling, drop the tail, open the upper spine, drop the crown. Good. So inhaling, belly expand, open the heart space forwards, head comes up. Exhaling, we drop the tail, we press that space between the shoulders up, head drops down. Do a couple more of these. Really feel the breath. Try not to stick your chin forwards too much. And then exhaling, we're going to just draw it the other way. Once more for luck. Inhaling, front spine lengthening. Exhaling, back spine lengthening. Good. Then come to a neutral spine, so not too dipped or arch, and step your hands a hand space distance forwards. Spread the hands and slightly grip under your nail beds, and then tuck your toes under, and we come to down dog. So as you inhale, lift your bottom high. Now remember, we did before, you can turn the hands out to create space in your shoulders. You can grip the edges of the mat if you need to. Your feet can be hip distance apart, or if you need more space, they can go as wide as the mat. And knees bending is a really good option when we're tight through the backs of the legs. We're lifting those outer hip points up. We're pressing our hands down. And now I want you to walk through the feet. So you straighten one leg, bend the other leg quite deeply. And with the other one. So just with your breath, just starting to warm up the backs of the hamstrings, getting all that plantar fascia in your feet mobile. Keep with your breath, that in-breath belly expanding, the out-breath belly drawing back. One more, just waking up the backs of the legs, just exploring what they feel like today. And then let's come down, take a rest, come onto all fours. And then sit back your bottom onto your heels for child's pose. So child's pose you can do two ways. You can have your knees in line with your hips, which gives you more of a spine stretch. Or you can take the knees a bit wider, which lets you drop down a bit more between the thighs, gets a bit deeper into the hip creases. So you can choose what you want here. If getting your bottom back is difficult, you can use a cushion between the bottom and the heels. And again, the breath is really coming down the back of the body as you inhale. And as you exhale, you can just drop into the hips. So this is a good posture if you need to rest during the practice. But we're going to come back up to down dog. Find your way up. So just warming up at the moment. Okay, back into down dog. Lift those outer hips. Feel the connection of the hands pressing down. And then look forwards and just walk your feet to the front of the mat. Bring the feet hip distance apart. So you might need to bring your hands up your legs to do that. Okay, and then from here, we're going to press the legs away. Extend the heart space forwards. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Keep the chin in and just fold forwards. Let your belly to your spine. Let everything drop out the head. And repeat that a couple of times. Inhale, stretch your heart space forwards. Exhale, let yourself fold into the forward bend. Just getting the hips a little bit oiled up here. So we inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Reminding yourself not to come from the mid-back. Trying to bring it from your hips. Just once more. Good. And exhale, folding back in. Then we can hold the elbows here, just in front of us. And you can just sway a little. So almost like you're painting a semicircle round the fronts of your feet. Just exploring all that tissue around the tops of the hamstrings, around your glutes. Trying not to bounce. Good. And then we're going to let the arms hang. Let the chin be slightly in. Bend your knees and roll your spine up. Like you're trying to bring your head up last. And roll out your shoulders. Good. Then just have your hands at prayer position. If you feel a bit dizzy, look to the floor. And keep the crown of the head lengthened up. Okay. From here, you're going to inhale, reach up, look to your thumbs. Exhaling, fold forwards, bend the knees, get there, fold to your forward bend. Inhale, reach your heart forwards. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, reach and lengthen heart forwards, come up, bring your arms up, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands through center. Two more of those, just getting rhythm of breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forwards, forward bend. Inhale, lift your heart space, create that length. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, come up, bend the knees to bring you up, belly to spine, open arms wide as you come up. And exhale, hands through center. One more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, lengthen and lift the heart space. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, reach wide. Exhale, hands through center. Good, going a bit further. We're going to inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, folding forwards to your forward bend. Inhale, lengthen your heart space forwards. Exhale, we're going to plant our feet And step the right leg back. Drop the back knee down, the top of the foot down, and then suck the inner thighs to each other and come up. Lift the front of your hips. So take your hands onto those hip points, lift them up. Inhale, raise the arms up. Press that back foot down. So if you've got something going on in the back knee that doesn't like to be on the floor, you can tuck the back toes under and lift your knee from the floor if you need to. Then exhale, hands come down. We're going to step back and find our down dog. Take your breath here. And then we're going to roll forwards on your inhale and find a plank. Shoulders over wrist, belly to spine. Exhale, the knees down. We're going to lower with control, trying to keep the elbows in as we bring the heart down to the mat. Then inhaling, press the tops of the feet down and lift your heart space up. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes. Inhale to all fours. And exhale back to down dog. And breathing here, just nod your head yes a couple of times. Shake the head no a couple of times. Remember, child's pose is there if you need it. And then inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step it through to the front of the mat so you can help it there if you need to. Back knee coming down. The knee's going to come down anyway. Top of the foot to the floor, and we inhale, come up to that low lunge here. Front hips lift, arms up above. And we stretch our fingers up. We press the feet down. And then exhale, fold forward. Step the back foot up, feet hip distance apart. So we come to the front of the mat. Take your legs, take an inhale. Exhale, fold to the forward bend. And hold it here. You can hold the legs. You can have the hands behind the legs. You can hold the elbows. Your choice as to what you want to do. As you exhale, just feel the belly draw to the spine. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. So just hanging out of your joints won't do much. You need to be active in your posture. Just hanging in the joints is not good for you. And then we're going to bend the knees slightly, release our hold of our legs, and inhale, reach wide and come up. Exhaling, hands through center. And again, inhale, reach wide and look up. Exhale, fold forwards to the forward bend. Inhale, reach the heart forwards. Exhale, take the left leg back. Good, don't drop the knee this time. Keep the knee lifted. Bring the left hand to the mat, a little bit off, about 6 inches to the side. Raise the right arm up. Stretch through your collarbones. Keep lifting the left hip slightly. Pull the right hip crease back a little. Breathe deep. Extend that back foot. Exhale, bring hand down. Step through to down dog. Bring your hands back, shoulder width apart. Take an inhale. Exhale here. And then inhale, roll forwards, find your plank. Exhale, the knees down. Lower with control. Keep the elbows in. Try and bring the heart in front of your hands. Inhale through to cobra. Keep the shoulders soft. Exhale, back down. And down dog. So in this down dog, take your feet as wide as the mat. Turn the toes slightly in from the heels. Press up through your seat. Feel that real inward rotation of your thighs. Breathe deep. Then step the feet back to hip distance apart. On the inhale, raise the left leg high, like you're painting the wall behind you almost. And exhale, knee to nose, step the foot through to the front of the mat and keep the back leg raised. So the front shin is perpendicular to the mat. Right hand a little bit off center from the side. Raise the left arm up. Try not to drop into this hip. Pull left hip crease back. Breathe deep. Feel the space across your collarbones again. Then exhale the hand down and we step up to the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart. Take an inhale. Exhale, hold in. Perhaps you need to stay with the same forward bend, holding the legs. Maybe you can reach for the big toes with your first 2 fingers and thumb. Again, just reach the heart forwards, find the length of your front spine. And then exhale, pull belly to spine and draw yourself a bit deeper to your forward bend. Just let everything drop out your head. Breathe deep. Then inhale, reach the heart forwards. Exhaling, bend the knees slightly, press into the feet. Inhale and come up, look to your thumbs. And exhale, hands through center. We've got 2 more of these to do. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, folding down from the hips, bending knees as you need to. Inhale, reach and lengthen that front spine. Exhale, step the right leg back. Drop the knee to the mat. Come up, hands to hips. Check that front shin is perpendicular to the mat. Bring your hands to heart space at prayer position. Take an inhale, then exhale, turn and bring the right elbow to your front knee, so you're twisting. So at this point, I really want you to press the hands together. Try and lift your belly off your front leg. Lengthen your crown from your tail. Keep pressing through your feet. And if you feel you've got the flexibility, you can turn the back toes under and lift the back knee from the mat, but it's also a bit of balance on cue. Okay, and you breathe deep. Good, and then we're going to exhale, come to center. Release the hands to the mat and step back to down dog. We hadn't practiced that, I promise. And you breathe deeper. Have your feet together this time in your down dog. Imagine you've almost got one leg now. Really squeeze thighs together. Squeeze your calves together. Lift the bottom high still. Press through the finger pads, the inner edges of your hands, like you're gripping the mat a little. Then step your feet hip distance apart. Take an inhale, raise up the right leg. Exhale the foot to the front of the mat, however you can. Drop the back knee down to start with. Come up, hands to prayer position. And then on the exhale, we're going to turn and bring left elbow to front knee. Again, you'll probably collapse here, so try and really press the hands together. Create length from crown to tail. Rotate that heart space round a bit more. Stay here if it's enough. Try and squeeze that bent leg thigh to the midline. Or you can lift the back knee if you want to, but it is a challenge for your balance. So stay and breathe if it's enough. Exhale, bring the hands down, and we step up to the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart. Again, that full inhale and lengthen, and exhale, folding in. So as we move through, we might find we start to ease in a bit more. We might feel the knees can come a little straighter, not all the way straight, maybe. And we can hold the hands around the backs of the legs and just pull ourselves in a little more without. And that easy breath. And then inhale, look forwards. Raise the arms wide, come up to standing. And exhale, hands through to heart space. Okay, now's where you might need those blocks. If you're quite tight, you might need them, but I can show you how to work without them. So on the inhale, we're going to reach up and look up. Exhale, fold forwards to your forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the front body. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back. Okay, so the front shin is perpendicular. We're going to come up and bring our hands to our hips and just shuffle the back hip above the knee. You can hold your blocks here if you need to. So you can take the blocks either side of that front leg. Or you can have the hands on the hips if you don't have blocks. We're going to shuffle the front leg forwards. And we're going to try and raise the front toes from the mat. So you might need to stay here and breathe. This front knee might not be straight. Or we can exhale and fold forwards. So you can bring the hands to the floor and bend the front knee if you don't have blocks. Or you can work with your blocks and fold over the front leg. So your choice. If you're using your blocks, keep the shoulders soft. If you've got the hands on the floor and you're a bit tight, you can bend that front knee. Just work with what's going on in your body. Once you're in, if you've got no blocks and a bent front knee, you can try and straighten the leg a bit from there. But just go easy. Then exhale, we bend the front knee. We're going to bring our hands forwards and step back to a plank. Inhaling, exhale down with the knees. Bring the heart forwards ahead of the hands. Try and keep your elbows above your wrists as you lower. Inhale through to cobra. And exhale, come back down. Tuck your toes, inhale up. Exhale to down dog. And just settle in here again. Grip the mat lightly. Press with your hands. Lengthen the sides of your body. Let the head drop. Look back towards your legs. Feel your breath. And then we can step the right foot up between the, left foot up between the hands and drop the back knee down. So again, we want to draw the back hip over the knee. We want to lengthen the front leg away, turn the toes up, and you can hold blocks again if you want to. And then we're going to fold forwards from here over that front leg. You should feel a good stretch through that front leg. Remember, we can bend it if we need to. Keep aware of your breath. Try and keep it smooth and stable. And then let's bend our front knee. Step up. So bring your hands to the front edge. Step the back foot up. Take an inhale. And exhale, fold in. And just hold it again, a couple of breaths. Bend your knees a bit. Bring belly towards your thighs. Bring your chest towards your knees and drop the head. And then from there, see about straightening the legs. And just easy breath. Then let's bend the knees slightly. Inhale, reach up and come up. And exhale, hands back to heart space. Good. Step out and face the wide edge of your mat. Good. So feet nice and wide. And we'll take the right foot to 90 degrees and bring the back toe slightly in from the back heel. From here, you're going to bend your right knee and bring the knee above the shin, so you're perpendicular. So if it goes further forwards, like Joe's is, you walk the back foot back from there. And once you've got the knee at perpendicular, you walk the foot back quite far, trying to get this front thigh so it's parallel towards the earth. There's a space across the groins, and we're going to inhale, reach the arms wide for Virabhadrasana. Keep that length from crown to tail. Keep active through that back leg. Breathe deep. So as you get more flexible, that back foot will be able to walk further back. But at the moment, it might be closer in. But you want that shin above the ankle if you can. Take your breath. Feel the stretch across the inner legs. And then exhale, bring the front elbow to the thigh. Reach the top arm up. And exhale the arm over, if it's comfortable for your shoulders, towards the wall in front of you. And then really feel that you're spinning the heart space up. You're sucking that inner thigh on the back leg towards your thigh bone. That outer edge of your back foot comes down. That front knee is staying to the small toe. And that lower shoulder stays soft. Then inhale, come up. And exhale, straighten the front leg. From here, tip the back hip back a bit, and then come over into Trikonasana, front leg straight. Bringing the hand wherever's comfortable on the leg, not pressing too hard. Try and keep the head in line with the spine, forehead a little higher than the chin, and spread across your collarbones. Really breathe deep here. So again, we've got that stretch down the inner legs. We're using our feet, we're opening the heart space up, we're feeling our breath. Then we're going to come up, use that top arm, come up, back on the inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Turn your toes forwards. Let the heels be a bit wider than the toes. So you're a bit pigeon-toed. Bend the knees if you need to. We're going to fold forwards on the exhale. So if again you feel it's coming from the mid-back, bend the knees a bit. From here, reach down and take the outside edges of your feet or your shins, or you can hold the big toes with your first 2 fingers and thumb. So again from here, the inhale, we create that length from from breastbone to pubic bone. And then as you exhale, we try and maintain that length as we fold a little deeper. Use your breath. Feel what's happening in your body. We should have the outer edges of the feet drawing down. The toes are spreading. The inner arches are lifting a bit. We're connected to our breath. Then we're going to inhale, look forwards, lift our heart, lift the front body. And exhaling, hands to hips, press through your feet, come up. Good. And then just let the feet go a bit, just walk them in, just give the ankles a rest. Good. And then we'll take it back to that same position, feet wide. And this time, left foot out to 90 degrees, back toes in a little from the back heel. Reach wide, take an inhale through your arms. Bring that front knee so that above the ankle and more to the small toe. That back foot's walk back as far as is comfortable. We've got shoulders, arms in line, and we're looking past our front arm. So this strong Virabhadrasana stance, we're really active down the back leg, that inner thigh sucking to thigh bone. Breath is key. And then we're going to exhale, bring the front elbow to the thigh. Inhale, raise the top arm up, and exhale, arm over beside the head if the shoulder allows it. Keep the forehead above the chin, and we can turn our head if it's comfortable with the neck to look up. That lower shoulder isn't collapsed. We're using our foundation. We're active. We're breathing. And then we're going to inhale, reach up, come up, and exhale, straighten the front leg. Reach wide, inhale, back hip goes out slightly. And exhale over the front leg here. So try not to lock the lower leg, okay? There might be a micro bend at the front knee a little. We want to really press through the inner edge of the front foot, big toe, little toe. And we keep our head in line with the spine. And we turn to look up if it's comfortable, but if neck doesn't like it, we can look down as well. And you breathe deep here again. Then inhaling, use the top arm, find your way up, and exhale, hands to hips. You might want to heel toe your feet a little bit, so they're not quite so wide. Okay, from here, inhale, exhale, fold forwards. Try and have the toes slightly in from the heels, but not the toes out. So you want to either have them parallel or slightly in. I want you to bring your right hand forwards in front of you just a little bit. And then reach the left arm through. You're going to bend your right knee and see about holding the outside of that leg. It might need to be higher up. It could be lower down. Okay, from here, you're going to start to bend that left elbow, bringing it towards the mat, and start to straighten the right leg. So you start to twist a little in your torso, and you're looking underneath the right arm. And you breathe here down the side of your body, down the outer ribs, down into the space around your hip. And you're just easy breath. And then you pull a little more on that lower leg, bending the elbow a bit more towards the earth, straightening that right leg a little more if you can. And then bend the knee slightly, inhale back to center. Bring the left arm out, exhale, thread the right arm under, bend that right knee, hold the outside of the leg, then start to bend the right elbow, start to just draw under, looking under that left arm as you straighten the left leg a little, and breathe here. So The more straight the leg goes, the more you bend the right arm, the deeper the stretch becomes. So just go easy, feel your breath. And then bend the knee a little, find your way back to center. Look forwards, inhale, lift the head, and then exhale, just fold forwards and walk your hands back as far as is comfortable. They might want to stay on the hips with the elbows up, or you might have a bit more flexibility and you can walk the hands through. Feel your breath. And then bring your hands to your hips, bend the knees a bit, inhale, press into the feet, come up. And exhale, step up front of your mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Just give yourself a shake out and wiggle out. Good. About 1 meter or a kind of walking stride distance. Try not to cross your feet. Bring your hands on your hips. Take an in breath. And exhale, fold forwards. Really press through your feet. So just go to wherever's comfortable for you. Press your elbow tips up. Lengthen your crown from your tail. Try and be level in the hips if you can. And feel the breath here. So tendency is to drop into the left hip and open the right hip up. So try and just get the hips a bit more parallel. So you might need to micro bend the front knee slightly. And just adjust at the hips a little there. Good. And then inhale, come up. And exhaling, turn and face the other side. So feet turn. So now we've got the other foot out to 90. Back toes in enough so you can level your hips. We've not crossed the feet. There's a space between the feet. I'm going to inhale, find length. And exhale, fold forwards, keeping elbow tips pressing up as we fold forwards. Keep our spine long. Feel the breath. Try and lift the right hip a bit, lower the left hip slightly. Good. Nice breathing. Press that inner front foot down. Be active, be connected. And then inhale, press through the front foot, come up. And exhale, release. So we're going to turn to face the other way. This time you might need a block. You can use your leg if you haven't got a block. So you're going to have your right foot to 90 if you need the left. Back toes in. Again, that same stance. Hips leveling forwards, not crossing our heels. So you might want this foot more to this side. And then we're going to take the block to the inside edge of the front foot. You're going to inhale, reach the left arm up, and exhale, fold forwards, and bring your hand to the block. Okay, from here, lift your heart space up. Take an inhale, that's it. So you try and really lengthen through the spine. Then exhaling, the other hand is on your hip, and you're going to turn the shoulder, opening it up towards the wall in front of you, towards the ceiling. And then you can float that arm up, that top arm up, if it's comfortable. Palm is towards the wall that you're looking at. And you breathe here with that action of really strong legs, length through the spine, sucking your inner thighs towards each other. And then we're going to bend the front knee a little. Inhale, come up, use the breath, and exhale, turn the feet. So I'll show you on this side without the block. It's the same, you just put your hand on your lap. So from here, right arm lifts, inhaling, and exhale, folding forwards, hand towards the leg if you haven't got a block. Other hand is on your hip. We try and create that level hips, and then you can see here how Joe's collapsed forwards. We're going to lift our heart space, lengthen our spine, take an inhale, and then exhale, start to roll the upper shoulder up and breathe that. So we want to create this length through the side body. Breathing deep. Again, that head doesn't drop below the spine, and that top arm can come up if it's comfortable. And you spread across your collarbones, that space across the heart center, across the collarbones. And then inhale, use your arms, come up like a windmill. And exhale, just step up to the front of the mat. You okay? Okay, come down onto your bottom. So getting there however's best for you. Good. Okay, so from here, turn to the camera maybe. So you're going to bring your right leg back and have your left leg out in front of you. So the right foot in, the knee dropping out. So Joe's got quite open hips. You might find that your knee's quite high up. So if that's happening, you want to lift your pelvis higher, okay? And you might need to pop something underneath the bent knee. If the knee's a bit uncomfortable, you might need this bent leg foot more towards the straight leg foot. It's not liking being bent. Okay, bring the left arm out. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up. And then exhaling, fold forwards and try and reach the outside of the leg or the foot if you can reach. Okay, the outside. The outside. Yeah, and then we're going to inhale, press through the left leg, really lengthen and lift the heart, press through our left hand, and exhaling, try and bring the right side of your rib cage in a little to that straight leg, and then fold forwards a bit more from there. If you don't need the support of the left hand, you can bring it round and hold the inside of the leg, or you can just keep it where it is and breathe here. So both sit bones are trying to drop towards the mat. That bent leg knee is dropping back. We're really using the straight leg. We're pressing through the inner heel. The big toe presses away. The outer side of the foot presses back. Good. And then inhale, reach up, come back up. And we're going to swap our legs. So bringing the other leg out, other foot back. Bring your right hand out to the side. Take an inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, fold forwards, reach to the outside of the leg or the foot. Again, use that right hand to kind of brace you there. Find the length of the front spine. Start to draw the left ribs in a little to that inside leg. And breathe here. So again, that bent leg knee is dropping out. But if it was too strong, or you're rounding a lot in your back, you can lift your pelvis higher. And if it's too much to bend this knee, you can keep the leg further away, the bent leg, so it can be more down the leg if you need to. And let's inhale, come back up. And exhale the leg away. Good. Bring your right leg back up. We've got two more things to do. You're going to have the foot to the floor in line with your hip. So there's about a handspan distance between your leg and your foot. Then I want you to really lengthen through your spine. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to turn towards the bent knee. Bring the right hand behind you and enough for support and hug the front knee. Or if you've got the flexibility, you can slip the arm to the outside of the leg. Now you can see with Joe's leg, it's come across the midline. So what we want to do once we're there is find the length of the spine, then press the knee to the arm and the arm to the knee, and that gets you further round in your twist. Space across your collarbones. Feel your breath. Make sure you feel supported from that back hand, so walk it in a little if you need to. Watch that other leg, make sure it feels like it's active. Another breath. And then let's unravel from the head, turning head round, shoulders round, unraveling your body back to center. Then release, and we do the other side. So left leg coming up. Take an inhale, length. Exhale and turn. Hug the knee. You can stay there, or you can slip the arm to the outside. Again, be mindful that the knee will want to come all the way over, so we're pressing knee and arm together. And this leg here will want to go all sleepy and not do much, so we want to really activate that straight leg. Use your breath. Feel what's happening. Not so easy to breathe in twists. And then we're going to turn back to center on the inhale. And exhale, release. And then come down onto your back. So turn, whichever way you want. Okay. So just come onto your back and bring your feet to the floor. Have your heels so they're just underneath the knees and they're just about as wide as your hips. And then the outside edges of your feet are parallel, so you might need to flick the heels out slightly. Make sure they're in line with each other. Hands down on the earth, palms down. Okay, from here, I want you to lengthen the tail so the hip bones go more towards neutral. And then you're going to start to lift your hips up on the inhale. Keep the head down, the shoulders down. Lift the hips as high as you can. And shoot your tail, that bone at the base of your spine, towards your knees. Feel the inner thighs are rolling in towards the earth. And then walk the hands underneath you and interlock the hands here. And draw the little finger hand side of the hand to the mat. So if that's too much, just stay with the hands down. So we've got the action here of the hips lifting high as we can. And then we're trying to open the heart space towards the chin. Easy breath. Then exhale, release the arms and roll your spine down. And then just bring the knees in, hug your knees, and rock a little bit on your lower back from side to side. Good. So you can just have your hands on your knees and imagine you're painting some circles on the ceiling, a few times one way, a few times the other. And just to fully release the back, bring your knees wider than your chest. Have your ankles so they're above the knees if you can, both feet. And then you can hold the backs of the legs and pull the legs down to the outsides of your chest. You can hold the outer feet if you can reach, that's a bit stronger. And then the sit bones want to turn back towards the mat if you can. It's not the most dignified of poses, but it's really helpful for your back. And then exhale, release, and just come to lie on your mat. You can swish the knees a bit side to side if your back wants it. And then you can just lie out on your mat. Arms a little way away. Hands on the mat, a little way away from you. And you can just let everything just go. Let it all out your mouth. Just let the back body sink to the floor. And you can lie there for a couple of minutes, for as long as you want to. Thank you very much. Well done, everybody. So, we'll be back again next week. I'll let Joe wake up and then he can talk to you all. Oh.
Well, goodness gracious me, what a good stretch that was. Okay, so thanks very much for tuning in. A big thanks to Karen for taking us through that. I certainly feel as loose as a goose now. Oh, we've got Debbie says thanks, Karen. Marco says thanks. Yeah, so next week for some more. If not, maybe we'll see you at 4 o'clock UK time on Sunday for a hello from Wild Wind. And other than that, Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock UK time for some knees up musical jamboree, Wild Wind barbecue style. So see you next week with some more of that. Well done to everybody who did all that and didn't get confused.
Bye. And didn't fall over.